Where are we looking? Are we just looking straight at this camera?
This camera. Okay, ready? I'm so excited. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. We are doing something a little different today. I have my husband, Mitch, cooking with us. This is our Mitch and the Kitch series. I'm gonna try and bring this every season because you just love cooking, don't you?
Yeah.
So Mitch is very clean, very organized. He's a great dad, but he doesn't know how to cook.
I felt like you were mounting. But he's an awful cook.
No, not awful. You just don't know how.
I just don't do it.
Yeah, you just never do it.
I actually used to do it when we were in France a little bit more.
When did you ever cook
Well,
in
no.
France?
I mean, maybe it was like early France.
You picked up baguette.
Yeah, I picked up baguettes. Yeah.
So today we're making meals under 30 minutes. We've got 3 recipes for you today. Really great meals that you can serve as a family dinner. And so easy that even my husband Mitch can do it.
I actually don't know what the meals are.
So we're gonna be starting, my first is our lentil bolognese. Do you know?
I know what bolognese is.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay, tell.
I imagine lentil bolognese would be like red meat-based red sauce
Yeah.
with onions and stuff.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, we have all the ingredients.
Yeah. I knew before that.
So we're starting with our lentil bolognese. As Mitch said, it's a tomato-based sauce. I'm doing things a little differently, obviously, because we're veganizing it. Traditionally, you would use something like beef.
Yeah.
Beef bolognese
Yeah,
is
yeah.
kind of the most famous, but we're gonna be doing lentils. And then another thing that I do that's a little bit different is I pack it with veggies. So we've got some tomatoes here, zucchini and carrot.
Where's the tomatoes?
Oh, I meant mushrooms.
Ooh.
So we got mushrooms, carrot, and zucchini, and we're gonna be throwing that in, and yeah, I think we should get started.
You're not used to oversight on that.
No, you're showing me up, Mitch.
Yeah.
Okay, one thing I forgot is I actually have a gift for you.
Okay.
Are you excited? Okay, close your eyes.
I feel like no.
Close your eyes.
Okay.
Hold out your hands. This is for you to wear. You remember whose boss.
Oh my god. It fits. Yes, chef.
Yeah, so you can just wear that
When we do our shoot.
This is a little reminder.
I'm just gonna put it on the
Who's
side
in
here so
charge?
that I can see and then be reminded. Of
Oh,
who's in charge.
okay.
Is that
I guess we're
okay
not
with
gonna
that?
wear it. Okay, so we're gonna start by cutting the onion.
Okay.
So do you want to take that on?
See, I feel like you should do this one because
Yeah.
there's probably a trick to it.
That's a good call.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
you
this
can do
is
the
good.
carrots. So
Okay,
you're gonna
that's
be
cool.
peeling it all the way around.
Okay.
And then just passing it through this grater. So if you haven't seen, I actually have a YouTube short on how to chop an onion. So go check that out if you don't know how. Mitch, are you paying attention?
I'm like legitimately listening to it. So
You're gonna pull off the skin, and then I just cut little strips going all the way to the root end, but not cutting all the way through. And I'm gonna chop this way.
I think you've shown this before.
Yeah, I have shown you. I don't know when because you never cook. Maybe I just described it to you one day.
No, why don't you just describe
I don't know. How are you getting on with your...
Good.
Oh,
Just
good.
running through this way?
Quick. Yeah, so I actually do it the other way.
This way?
No, no. Like
jeez.
turn it around and do, because I just find you have more stability
Gotcha,
with
yeah,
the,
makes sense. Okay.
yeah. So we have our onion already, all nicely diced. I also really like mushrooms in a lentil bolognese because it's got a really nice meaty texture. So when we're thinking of kind of veganizing it, it's a great vegetable to add that meatiness through mushrooms. If anyone knows a technique to make you not cry with onions, like please let me know in the comments below because I usually put on
I have a
swimming
good one.
goggles.
Don't cook.
That's your approach, right?
Yeah.
I usually just eat this part.
Oh.
Yeah, you can eat it.
Okay. All right.
Delicious.
Okay.
Okay, so now you can do the same thing with the zucchini, and I'm gonna cut up this mushroom. So when was the last time you think you made a pasta dish?
When did we graduate from university?
I think it was university.
No. It's probably whenever we moved in together. I would say like the week before that happened.
I don't even doubt it. So I'm just cutting these mushrooms into like little bits. I sort of want all of these vegetables to kind of mix together instead of having their own like moment. So can you help me with the rest of the mushrooms?
Okay, I find cutting mushrooms the most enjoyable of all.
And why
all
is that?
fungi. It's a spongier texture.
Yeah.
So it has a bit more of like a rebound on the knife. Feels more satisfying. Maybe because it stays together. Oh, come on, look at that. That is impressive.
For someone who never cooks, I feel like you could do this more often.
Cook?
Yeah.
That's not what we signed up for today. We just said I'd come and help you.
Okay, so this is all ready to go.
Okay.
So do you know my
I
trick?
do know how to use the butt of the knife. Press it until
Yeah.
it cracks.
Yeah.
And then you
I'm
peel
actually
it.
impressed. Do you watch cooking shows when I'm not around?
I watch Vegan Afternoon with 2 Spoons.
That was a good answer.
No, you cook all the time, and I'm actually here. It's not like I'm in some other room like a 1950s husband just waiting for my dinner to be served.
So another thing I love about this recipe is it's only 30 minutes. Like, I feel like you could make this. You could make this like for me every once in a while.
Oh no, I want you to come on the show, and I'm just going to show you a couple of things.
Yeah.
But it's not for any of
This is my reason for doing Mitch in the kitchen, is just so that I can have Mitch cook for me. So I will bring the mushrooms.
Okay, I'll bring this and,
And we have the onions over there. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna start by adding coconut oil. We're just gonna let this melt. And then we're gonna add in the onion and garlic. And do you know what we're like looking for here?
Brown?
No.
To brown out.
Like caramelized?
Caramelized.
Yeah, we're not going for caramelized. Now we're gonna add in our zucchini and carrot. So we're gonna stir that all together. And this is like our aromatics. It's the base of our bolognese.
Why do they call it aromatics?
I don't know, that's what they call it.
don't
Onion,
imagine.
garlic, carrot, celery.
The aroma of zucchini frying. Like, you never walk in a door and go, oh my god, is that zucchini?
Okay, another thing we have to add is the salt.
Is all? Oh wow, that's a lot of salt.
Yeah. It smells good, right? It smells aromatic. It's all of it working together.
Okay, it's a partnership.
Yes, it's a partnership. Let's give that a couple minutes. I want that to soften a little more.
See, come on, that looks like it's browning up a little bit, no?
Yeah, a tad, yeah. Probably I need to turn down the heat, to be honest. Okay, so this is looking good.
Okay.
A lot of that water content has come out now, so
Yep.
we can add in the mushrooms.
Okay.
Okay, so give that a
Okay.
little stir.
And then they'll start releasing water.
Yeah, you didn't know that they have a lot of water content in them?
No, I don't think I did.
The mushrooms are gonna take about 5 to 7 minutes.
Okay.
I'm just gonna kind of crowd the pan,
Okay.
because if you leave gaps in the pan,
escape there
then you
instead.
can burn it.
Burn the pan?
Yeah, burn the pan and burn the food. So
okay.
yeah, so you kind of want to crowd it, and then you'll kind of see everything is going to start to sweat. Like, you're going to see this water start to release. See?
Nice. I have like 7 minutes to think about what my next step is.
That's
Hey.
cooking.
Oh yeah, that's exhausting.
It's a lot of standing around. Because it's like a lot of water is coming out of it now, this is an opportunity where I would give it a little stir to kind of zhuzh it up a bit.
Keep it running,
Yeah, that was A+. This is usually the time where you come into the kitchen, you're like, what you making?
I'm like, what are those aromatics you have on? Is that zucchini?
We're gonna add in the tomato paste.
Okay.
So this is where, like, if it does burn a little bit on the bottom, it's kind of okay, because that like burnt tomato, it's
nice.
just yummy.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
when we add in the tomato sauce, it's all gonna
Yeah,
come
yeah.
in and it's gonna be delicious. So now we're gonna add in the tomato sauce. Okay, next up is our lentils. We're gonna cook the lentils in. I'm using red lentils.
Okay.
They are so soft that they are just gonna cook in the sauce, but I'm also gonna throw in some water because they are gonna thicken, so we need that extra liquid. I'm gonna add in some nutritional yeast.
Yep.
I feel like it gives such nice flavor.
Yep,
Another thing
cheesiness.
that's kind of different is I'm putting in some coconut sugar,
Oh,
a little bit of sweetener. It goes a long way.
really?
It just really helps enhance the flavors. Like, it doesn't make it sweet, it just
Right.
enhances that tomato flavor.
Oh, nice.
Okay, we have some Italian spices, some cayenne, and some pepper. Now you can mix that together, and we're gonna bring this to a simmer. It's nice, right?
Yeah.
So you like cooking. You like cooking with me with instruction. Let's salt the water while we're waiting.
Okay. How much salt do you recommend putting in water?
Well, this is the thing, is I don't actually know, but I hear that it's supposed to be as salty as the ocean. I feel like that's a lot of salt, but that's probably good.
Like, next time we go on vacation, you should bring back a jar of ocean water.
What do they say? A watch pot never boils.
This is nice.
Okay, almost there.
Now it's boiling. You can see it starting
It
to
is, but I just want it to
You
be
want a
more.
roaring boil.
I want it to be more angry.
That was the instructions on the back of craft dinner when we were growing up, you know that?
So since you're such an expert
Okay.
at boiling pasta,
Throw it in?
yeah.
Okay. Isn't it the like thing that like just kills Italian parents and grandparents when their when you break the spaghetti. Have you seen that?
No,
It's like sacrilegious, I guess.
it makes sense actually.
To break it.
No, that is sacrilegious.
Oh, see, it's so funny because when I was thinking, I'm like, yeah, it makes sense to break it.
We want that to be kind of al dente. Okay, so let's see how our bolognese is doing. That is looking juicy. Okay, I'm gonna give this a little stir. I'm gonna turn the heat down a little. This is looking nice.
It's a bit firm.
Yeah. So.
Oh, it's so tasty though.
I know, isn't it? Okay, Mitch, taste this pasta and tell me if it's cooked.
No.
Really? That is ready. Are you
Is it?
kidding? Yeah. Grab the mitts.
So can I ask you, why do you have the oven mitts?
Mitch makes fun of me because I burned these oven mitts and I won't throw them
Pull
away.
them in the drawer.
I like those ones, the other ones are stiff. We can drain this and then put it in the pasta sauce. So this is well cooked now, so we can throw in the pasta.
Easy peasy.
It's pretty full, so I'm gonna do this slow.
Makes so much too. It's good. It's just like lunch for the week.
We can plate it, then we
Oh yeah,
can taste
I'm definitely
it.
not gonna do that. My plating skills are terrible.
So before we plate, I just want you to chop up some parsley to go on top. So you just finely chop a little bit, like a handful, and then I am gonna plate this. This looks amazing, doesn't it? Do you think that bowl is big enough for the two of us? It's never big enough. I'm gonna add some of this delicious sauce on top, because why not? And then we can just sprinkle with some of that parsley on top. Okay, are you excited to try this, Mitch?
Yeah, Mitch,
All your hard work is right here.
Look at all the parsley
Cheers.
on the couch.
Oh man, there it is. I called it. I knew it. That's so good. But man, that top was ruined. That is so tasty.
Worth it.
Totally worth it.
This is so good. And I can like taste the spice.
It's like a perfect amount of heat.
This is so, so good, right? Like, do you feel confident you can make this now?
I feel like confident I can make it. This is actually the best pasta dish I've ever made, for sure.
That's such a compliment.
It's incredible.
So good. So next up, do you know what recipe we're doing?
Yeah, we're doing Alfredo sauce
Yes. And you know why I picked this one?
because if it stains your shirt.
No. Because you love it.
Oh.
So I thought I'd show you how to make it.
Okay.
So this recipe is cashew based. We've got our raw cashews here.
Cut.
I'm gonna soak this to start while we are preparing all the other ingredients.
Nice.
I love this recipe because it's so fast. This is the recipe where like if dinner is like last minute on my
You
mind,
just turn to this.
I'm like, I'm gonna make my Alfredo because
Okay.
it's so fast.
So with the soaked cashews, if you do boiling water, that means you don't have to soak it for longer. It just kind of accelerates it.
Exactly, especially with raw cashews. If it was something like almonds, I would want to soak for an hour
Okay.
with the boiling water. But with raw cashews, that's gonna be ready in like 20 minutes.
Oh, beautiful.
We're gonna start by chopping our shallots.
Okay.
Do you want the big or the medium?
That's the big guy.
Oh, you're going for the big guy? I think you're getting confident after you made that bolognese.
Yeah, just one bolognese and I'm a professional. This off wasn't that bad. Oh, here it comes.
Oh, the onion?
Yeah.
Shallots make me cry, man. Mitch, you're doing it all wrong.
I'm not.
So this is what not to do. I mean, I guess it's somewhat working, but that's not how you're supposed to do it. That's hilarious.
Oh, look if I
Look.
tussle that up.
These are really intense. Okay.
I can't believe this is my day off.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Gonna give
Oh, you
this.
do it that way?
Yes, this is what I was explaining. It's okay, here, you can cut this one. You can practice.
These are extra eye-watery.
You're doing it wrong again.
What?
I mean, sure. You know, whatever gets you there.
Look, they're
In
cut
the
up.
end,
You
it's
have
all the
shallots
same.
that are cut up.
Yeah, okay. And that's all the chopping for this recipe, that's it.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's really easy.
you're done with the tears. You're a better cook than you think.
I don't think this is really cooking. This is.
It's all one thing. It's like the aromatics. So let's go over to the stovetop. You can take the oil. So let's get our pasta boiling. This is gonna take like 10 minutes. So
we learned last time it was 7 minutes.
yeah, so tell Alexa 7 minutes.
Alexa, set a timer for 7 minutes.
Let's get the oil on again. Okay,
Okay,
so do you
okay.
want to throw in the shallots?
Yep.
Okay, now give that a stir before the shallots start to burn. We just really want to cook these to soften. It's not going to take very long.
So it's gonna be translucent again, like the old ones?
Yeah, pretty much. If we did raw onion, it would be like too intense, the flavor, you know?
Oh, really? So shallots, just the reason why you use them is because they're slightly less intense?
Yeah, they're less intense. They're more like creamy in a way. They're just a smoother onion.
Go.
Just checking on this. She's the sweetest. Okay, this is good to go. Let's get this in the blender. I'm telling you, this recipe's so fast. So now we're just basically gonna assemble our Alfredo sauce. I'm just quickly going to juice this lemon, and then we're gonna start by adding the shallots and the garlic to our blender.
You want me to start that right now?
Yeah. Next, we're gonna add in the cashews, nutritional yeast, the lemon juice, paprika, pepper, and salt.
Almond milk?
Okay, and now we are gonna blend it up. Doesn't that look so yummy? You wanna try?
Yeah.
Yum. Tastes like Alfredo, right?
It's interesting that cashews end up tasting like that.
So good. Let's do our pasta. We're gonna drain it. That was impressive. So we're gonna add back our pasta. Now we're gonna pour in our sauce.
Okay.
I'm gonna stir this together.
Okay. Oh, that's really good.
I know.
I think it's a good sauce to noodle ratio.
I agree.
Because especially when it starts to
I
like
love it
cool
saucy.
down.
I know,
Yeah,
and then it
And then the next
thickens.
day, it still is good.
Can you chop up some parsley to go on top, just like last time? You're doing well.
I like spending the day with you.
You should always take a break from work and come cook with me.
No, I'm good. You know, when I do stuff like this, I think about what the professional, like, pro chefs do. I'm sitting there, like, doing this, and I feel like it's...
I feel like...
Oh, like I'm embodying?
Yeah.
No. A professional chef watched me being like, what is he? I'm just, like, literally doing like this.
Yeah, someone's probably gonna be
And
cringing while they watch
I think it
this.
was Gordon
They
Ramsay.
probably
He does
cringe
the...
while I cook too, so it's fine. So let's serve this Alfredo and give it a taste. So good.
It's a full dish. And then this on top?
Yep. Let's dig in. Okay, cheers.
Cheers, sweetie. So standing.
So good. It tastes like Alfredo, right?
It's so creamy.
I make this all the time too, and it's always equally as delicious.
And seriously, I know I said it before, but the sauce to noodle ratio, perfect.
It's rich, creamy, comforting. Good job, Mitch. That's 2 out of 3 that you've nailed. Okay, next recipe. So the last recipe that we're making is my veggie stir fry with miso sauce. You know this one, right? I make this all the time.
I know the outcome of it, yeah.
I make this recipe a lot, but I often switch up the vegetables.
Right.
But I always make this sauce. It's like an almond butter sauce with tamari and miso. It's so good. And then you can really just throw up whatever stir fry you like. What do you feel like shopping?
I like mushrooms. So can I
Okay,
do that?
yeah, yes, you do like mushrooms, as we established from before. So you can start with the mushrooms. Can we switch? Because this is better for a zucchini.
Yeah.
I like a big knife for a zucchini. So I'm just gonna chop these up into thin slices. If you don't have zucchini, you could also use carrot, but if I was gonna use carrot, I would actually grate it because carrot does take a titch longer to cook than zucchini.
Oh, really? I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, it's a firmer veg. Yeah, and then another option is if you don't have broccoli, you could use cauliflower. Okay.
And it's good to get a bunch of different sized pieces, right, when you're cutting.
Yeah, I mean, I was planning to slice those, but we can do
really?
them. Yeah.
Just like that?
I mean, that
Is
was
it too
my
late now?
plan, but we can go with this.
No, I like the slicing idea. Can we switch halfway?
I feel like we should come into That's okay, we'll just do chopped.
Yeah, but you know what it is the slicing is way more satisfying.
Just using a small head of broccoli here, and I'm gonna go for like small pieces because I want them to cook fast. If you want your dinner to cook faster, then spend time chopping into smaller bits because it will make it worthwhile. And that's for like cooking, roasting, sauteing. The smaller the bits, the faster they cook. Everything's chopped. I'm gonna start by making the sauce,
Okay.
which does require ginger. I actually have a short for this as well, if anyone's looking for how to peel ginger. So you take the back of a spoon and you just peel away the skin.
It's very satisfying.
You wanna try?
Yeah.
And you like waste way less ginger.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
Another thing that I do with my spare ginger is I'll just like cut up the little pieces and then pour boiling water over top, and then you have ginger tea. So good.
Yeah, it's very, very good.
Okay, so everything is done in terms of veg. We can get started on the sauce. So we're gonna start by adding the almond butter and the miso.
Miso?
And we'll put it in the tamari.
Sorry.
We're gonna shave in some of the ginger, just slide it through.
Yeah.
So now we're just gonna whisk this together. I want the miso and almond butter to kind of mix together before I add in the water, because if I add in the water and then try mixing everything together, it's like, it's gonna be sloshing everywhere. There's gonna be miso over here,
Yeah, like
almond
if you
butter
did
there.
this, it would be all over the kitchen.
Yeah, and then we can pour in the water.
Plenty maker right there. You know, it's funny, like I know how the end result of this tastes, but if you were to just see this far along the process, brown goopy water, it doesn't look like something you'd be like, we should pour this over our meal.
Great.
How would you describe that look? Like old hot
Almond
chocolate.
miso. I can't believe you just called it brown goopy water. That's done. Let's go.
I feel like it's not.
Okay, let's go make our stir fry.
Okay, let's do it.
So we're gonna start with the oil, as per usual. It's like an icing rink.
An ice rink?
An ice rink.
Or like a rink filled with icing sugar. Which one did you mean?
That's my foodie take
That's
on
your
an ice rink. Okay, do you want to throw in the mushrooms?
Yeah.
So what I like to do when I cook mushrooms,
Don't move around a ton, just grab
I don't really like to move them. I just like to crowd them and let them sweat a bit. I feel like we eat a lot of mushrooms in this house. We're mushroom fans.
Love mushrooms. Especially with this recipe for some reason. The miso for me, I really like it with mushrooms.
What are you eating?
Mushrooms. So when it looks like this and it's starting to release water,
Yeah?
you leave it for another minute? 2
Yeah, a
minutes?
couple minutes, and then I'll kind of stir it to like zhuzh it up, and then it'll
And
start
then
sweating
you start adding
again.
in the other guys.
Yeah,
Okay, but that's the part for me about cooking where I run into the most like
you don't
hesitation.
know what to do.
I don't know. Like, okay, so now do you then combine this in, or? I
But
think for
it's also
you-
practice.
I was gonna say, I think because you've also had so much practice, you just kind of inherently know. We're newbies like me. We're just kind of falling by the book. There's so much water released.
I know, you wouldn't think in mushrooms, right?
No, you wouldn't.
I also
Nice.
have a short for how to wash mushrooms correctly.
With a brush
Yeah,
or paper towel.
paper towel.
See, this is a relaxing part about cooking. Like this sound.
I know, it's
This
nice,
sound
right?
is really nice.
Yeah, it's like music.
It sounds like a waterfall. That's what it is. Yeah,
So
it's
let's
calming.
throw in the zucchini now. Are you falling asleep?
It's very soothing.
Another thing about stir fry too is like you can kind of make the veg to your liking. Like some people like it pretty crunchy.
Right.
So if
So as you get used to it, you can actually adjust at the time and when you
yeah,
put
if
what in.
you like your zucchini to be a little like to have a little bit of a crunch,
I
then
can
you
see
can
that.
move on. But I
Yeah,
like mine
yeah.
a little more cooked.
And I like that.
than
I like
this.
my mushrooms really cooked, so you could actually
Yeah.
you get away with that. It's good. And you can see the zucchini starting to brown.
Yeah. See, it doesn't take much.
No, and it's just a lot of standing.
It is, which is hard for you.
Yeah, it's a big day.
Yeah.
I feel like this video is gonna be like man baby cooking.
Well.
Can barely stand.
Okay, do you see how this is softening here?
Yeah,
Like that's-
color change.
Yeah. Maybe we should play this for Ollie and he'd nap better.
Oh, it would do the trick. I'm down for.
Okay, do you want to throw in the broccoli?
Yeah.
So this we're really just like almost steaming it with the other veg until it turns like a vivid green color. And that's kind of when you know it's cooked. See how it's changing color now? Like
Yeah,
it was...
yeah. It's really vivid now.
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting? So it's just getting the water shot into it.
Yeah. It turns like a vivid green.
Yeah, that's awesome. I didn't realize that.
See, look at that difference.
Look at that.
Look at that.
This is like blue by comparison.
Huh. So let's finish by adding in the chickpeas. Okay, and then you can pour in the sauce.
Oh, this is gonna be the best.
Give this a little bit of a stir to combine. Okay, so you usually like this with brown rice?
Yep.
But we're doing it with quinoa.
We're not gonna mix the quinoa in with this though. We're gonna
No, we're just gonna use it
pop
to serve.
Yeah, gotcha. Can I turn this off?
Yep,
Done. That's it.
that's it.
My time cooking is done.
I actually don't think you've
No,
ever
me
cooked
too.
quinoa, so
That's
why.
not true. I cooked quinoa a fair bit in my day.
So we're gonna eat this now. I'm just gonna scoop some quinoa in here. I like a good quinoa base.
Quinoa base,
Yes. And then this is like one of my favorite types of dishes because it's like really healthy, but it feels so like hearty
Yeah, it feels really.
and comforting.
I know this
Because of
isn't
the
like the
almond
intention
butter.
of it, but it for me it's like the most comparable to having like a beef dish. I mean that because the flavors are really like.
It's the umami. You know how we were talking about aromatics before?
Yeah.
Now we're talking about
The
umami.
combination of
It's the
umami
tamari and the
aromatics.
miso.
But you know what I mean? No,
Flavors that are like really like bold and like provide that like oomph, that like they're like salty.
rich and umami.
It's umami flavor.
Alexa, what's umami?
According to an Alexa Answers contributor, the meaning of mommy is a female cat.
Nope,
Mommy.
it's not what we were going for.
Okay.
Umami, love it. Yeah.
Boop.
Nailed it.
Oh no! Cheers. Come on. Is that not so good?
It's really good. I love it.
I just love these veggie combos. And isn't this sauce just so good? The miso sauce?
So this to me is like a fall winter warm meal.
I would eat this any time of year. It's so good.
Oh, it's amazing. Good job.
Well, good job to you because you cook this.
Thank you.
So you're gonna make this for me every week?
I mean, we'll see. Time will tell, right?
3 recipes under 30 minutes. What did you think?
Honestly, it was too easy to have an outcome that looks like this. Truthfully.
Honestly, they're so
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
So which
Yeah.
is your fave?
I really liked the first one, the sauce and that, but
The
then
bolognese.
we have this more often, and
we
I
eat this all the time too.
we eat that all the time, but we have this, and every time I have it, I'm like super
The
excited
stir
about
fry.
it. So
you don't have a favorite? Is that what you're saying?
no, not really.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go for the bolognese and you can have the stir fry.
Sounds good.
This was so good.
Not a bad day.
So if you guys like these recipes as well, make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel, give this recipe a like, share with your friends, and let us know what you think in the comments below. Let us know which one was your favorite.
Yes, chef.